Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. So on a scant 15 days from the U.S. Thanksgiving,
Yes.
were you thankful for this crossword?
I liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun solve. For Wednesday, I thought it was just perfect.
Well, good.
Not too hard, not too easy. Had kind of an amazing theme, unusual. We don't see ones like this too often, but no, it's a good solve.
Well, good. Yeah, I found it to be, I think, more difficult than usual. I'm not entirely sure why, but that just happened to be the case. It took me a chunk of time to get it done.
Well, there were some long answers. There were some long answers, and there were some kind of obscure clues too. So, yeah.
And there was a very, very obvious sort of theme.
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny. But yes, I went back to those days when you'd read in the magazine and you'd see, what is it? And it'd be like this optical illusion. And some people would look at it and say it's a rabbit. And some people would look at it and say it's a duck. Or they'd look at it and say it's a young woman. Or they'd say, no, it's an old man. But
right.
I remember seeing those like in comic books and stuff like that. So what is it? And apparently, if you saw one thing, you had a certain kind of personality. And if you saw another, you had a different kind of personality. But anyway, so it was the old duck and rabbit optical illusion that was the theme for this puzzle. And there were a number of circled squares. And if you answered the puzzle correctly, you could draw a line in alphabetical order from A to N, and it would create the lines that were either a duck or a rabbit. And then within that, there was a circled square that was actually a rebus.
Yes.
And that was at 30 down or 37 across. And 37 across was, it keeps you in the dark, and that was eye mask. And 30 down was late night host Seth. And of course, that was Myers. And so within that circled square, you had to put in a rebus of eye. And of course, it was right where the eye of the duck or rabbit would be drawn in those old time comic book optical illusion ads. So. And then there were two clues that went along with that. The first one being the answer was optical illusion, 17 across, image depicted in this puzzle by connecting the circled letters alphabetically. And of course, like I said, you got the lines that drew whatever you thought, a duck or a rabbit. But then 59 across was also image in this puzzle. And the answer to that was ambiguous figure.
Right.
Because it really doesn't look like a real duck or a real rabbit.
It doesn't?
But it's just your eye playing tricks on you. You see those two pointy things and you think, oh, rabbit, no, duck. So anyway, that was the thing. I thought it was very clever. And boy, you just have a lot going on. With the lines and the circled squares and the themed clues that ran the length of the puzzle. But if you got it all put together all right, when you solved the puzzle, animation actually drew those lines in, and it really did draw from A to B to C to D. It didn't just appear. The lines didn't just appear. They were actually drawn, and you saw the outline of the rabbit duck. So anyway, that was the theme.
I thought it was particularly impressive that they did do it in alphabetical order.
Yes, yes. That would have been a real challenge, I think, because you'd have to, figure out where you were going to draw that, and then, where would be the points that you would have to change the direction of the lines, and then you would have to put in the letters alphabetically, and then, of course, you would have to think of words that would accommodate those circled A through N. Yeah, that would have made it a bit of a challenge, I would think. So.
And for me, the rebus was also a shock. I started rationalizing different ways of spelling Myers.
Well, I did too.
Because I thought, his name is Myers, I thought. But then, you start to doubt yourself. I thought, maybe there's some late night talk show host, Seth Mars or something.
Well, I thought, maybe it's just Myers.
With a Y.
M-Y-E-R.
No, I didn't even put in an E. I just thought maybe it's M-Y-R-S.
Oh,
the Ukrainian Seth Myers.
And I thought M-I-E-R. Or, I never thought about putting an S in the end, but I was pretty sure it was Myers.
See, I just had an I in there, so it could have been the Seth Mears, named after the Soviet missions.
But when I got the mask part of 37 across, I thought, well, it's I masked. And I thought, and it's Myers with I, and making the E-Y-E, making the long I sound. So then I thought, Rebus it is.
See, I don't even know.
But then I was just like, how many Rebuses are in here?
Right.
that was the only one.
Yeah. Which is very wrong.
Also, with that, that circle turned dark, so it looked like an eye. Right?
Actually, to me, it looks like the eye at a CBS.
Well, kind of, but it looks like an eye.
Well, I'm looking.
It's a dark circle within a light circle. So
right.
It's like you got the white of the eye and the iris.
Actually, so I'm looking at the X-Word info version of this. They've made it look like a.
It does make it look like the CBS eye, but no, this is the New York Times version.
Yes, I've got it. I've got it here as well. It looks just like a circle and a circle.
It looks like a googly eye, like you'd see on a stuffed animal.
Sure.
So.
That would make sense.
Yep.
And this was by Brad Wiegman and Nicole Wiegman.
Oh, very good.
And it was Nicole's first and Brad's 10th.
Wow.
New York Times crossword.
Nicely done.
And they call this a Gorski, they being Jim Horn, the producer of X-Word Info, a Gorski-style connect the dots grid. I'm unfamiliar with Gorski.
Me too.
We may have to research this. Or we could just turn to our loyal listeners. Loyal listeners, are any of you named Gorski? No.
No, maybe Gorski was the one who kind of developed this as a test. What do you see? A rabbit or a duck? Maybe he's the one who, kind of developed those optical illusions to test something.
I see a very poorly designed road system. Besides that, we had lots of other clues that I sort of struggled with. I'd forgotten 21 across the sailor's patron, St. Elmo.
St. Elmo, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but... And when I got it, I decided it was Stelmo, and then I realized, yes, St. Actually, I think I got Elmo first, and then remembered it was St. Elmo.
Yes. Well, I couldn't figure out how to spell 32 across, even though I knew the right answer. That being condiment sometimes known as rooster sauce. I knew that was Sriracha, but don't ask me how you spell Sriracha, but it's S-R-I-R-A-C-H-A.
Well, of course, yesterday we had Worcestershire sauce.
That's right.
Or Worcestershire.
And now we have Sriracha.
Right. Who knows what impossible to spell condiment we'll have tomorrow? Maybe ketchup. Is it ketchup or
Dijon mustard?
Or ketchup or catsup or something like that. We had 7 down, like the words knackered and chuffed, British.
That's right.
Okay, what do knackered and chuffed mean? Let's test your knowledge of Britishisms.
I think they mean drunk, right? Knackered.
Is it?
I believe knackered means drunk. I'm not sure about the other one.
I thought chuffed meant you were sort of like in a really good mood. Oh. And I thought knackered meant tired.
Oh.
But I have no idea. I'm just that's just sort of a guess on my part. Well, we may have to investigate that at the same time we're looking up Gorski. We're going to have all of our homework for tonight.
Yeah. I enjoyed 39 across. Brand whose customers made its Super Bowl ad in 2025. Doritos. I did not remember that, but now I vaguely remember that they kind of had a contest that you could, if they liked an ad that you submitted to Frito-Lay, they might put it on the Super Bowl, and then you would be on with your ad.
And they would be saving millions upon millions of dollars in ad development.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So anyway, that was interesting. And then also 55 across was something I didn't know or remember beer brand from Anheuser-Busch.
What?
BUDICE.
Right. Beer brand discontinued in 2010.
Oh, I have beer brand from Anheuser-Busch. And
That's the clue you have for 55 across.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it export info, so I'm not really looking at it on the authority. Let's see, 50. You're right. It's a totally different clue.
But,
Hey.
I did this on my phone, and I was pretty sure it was discontinued on my phone. That word discontinued, because I was like, I didn't even know they made a beer.
Do you think that they were wrong about that and they had to change it?
I don't know, but let me just check here. Yeah, beer brand discontinued in 2010 on my phone, but on my computer it just says beer brand from Anheuser-Busch.
We know what this means. One more thing we have to research.
Yeah.
We're going to be spending the rest of the time between now and tomorrow figuring out.
This puzzle just gets more and more mysterious.
It is my contention that originally they had the 2010 clue, and then somebody from Anheuser-Busch said, "Hey, we're still selling this." And so their legal team and their crossword teams got together very quickly and said, "Hopefully no one will notice."
Right.
But they seem to have. The date seems to have slipped through the cracks somehow.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I've never seen that where there's a different clue, depending on which media form you used.
Right. Well, sometimes people will complain that something that they can see on one form of the app or of the crossword, they can't see on another. They'll be like, on my phone, I couldn't see this.
Yeah.
And the things they can't see make the crossword almost impossible.
Yes.
Honestly,
that's true.
When it came to this one, I kept thinking I should draw the figure. But I was sitting in a chair and I'm extremely lazy. And so I thought,
how were you going to draw it?
Well, I was going to fire up I was going to take a screenshot and then I was going to put it on my iPad, and then I was just going to trace a figure. But I thought, that sounds like too much work. I think I probably would have gotten it faster if I'd done that. But getting back to the Doritos, the 39 across brand whose customers made its Super Bowl ad in 2025, I originally for a 25 across, some HS teams, high school teams, I went for juniors, JRS.
Oh, no, JVs.
Well, with JRS, it meant that 26 down, the sun blocker was a riser.
Oh.
Which I took to be something like related to bleachers.
Yes.
And so I said, well, you can't see because there's a riser in the way, which means I had Doritos with an E.
Oh, no.
And then I realized it was going to be visor. I think that's where I actually ended up.
Yeah. Junior varsity team. JVs.
Yes. Yeah, that was a surprise to me.
53 down. Pixelated informally. Lures.
No. Low res.
Low res. Now I see it.
Yeah. Well, it just me and Stelmo for St. Elmo.
Lures. Low res.
Low res, yeah.
All right, then it makes sense.
And next to that, we had cable show covering the red carpet, E-News.
Right.
I guess that's entertainment news.
That is correct, yes.
It'd be it's a shame they don't have like emus as the anchors for E-News. They could have like emu puppets, because I guess you couldn't get real emus to read the news.
Well, there's that emu that's on the insurance commercial. I can't remember. Liberty, I think it's Liberty Mutual. They have like this man and emu, and they're like partners, sales partners, selling insurance.
Is that like related to the duck?
No, that's Aflac.
That's Aflac? Okay, Aflac. Yeah. And then, of course, you've got the gecko.
Right. But
what's with all these weird creatures working for insurance companies? Probably our health insurance company has like, I don't know, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That would make a lot of sense. Did you know 63 across, the Steve of Battle of the Sexes? Carell?
Yes.
You did? I did not know that.
He played Bobby Riggs in that movie.
Bobby Riggs. Oh, that Battle of the Sexes.
Billie
Got
Jean
it.
King and Emma Stone played Billie Jean King.
Let's see, what else did we have here? 32 down. That was excuse me, sorry. One of my favorite words to utter. And yes, this was a good crossword, by, again, Brad Wiegman and Nicole Wiegman.
Yep. Thank you both.
Yes, thank you for
Good solve.
Yep, the interesting Gorski style drawing and the solitary rebus. There's so many times when I want to throw in a rebus somewhere. Just one, and I think they wouldn't ever do that.
They never do that, yes.
Except for today. All right, then. That is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of Thursday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.